Hi everyone, I am Sudhir Gupta, teacher in Study Hall, Lucknow. Welcome to my channel School Jaisa. Support me with your like, share and subscribe.
So today we are starting with a new chapter, force and pressure. Before starting this chapter, let's discuss something which we do in our daily life. We do different actions in our daily life. For example, if I talk about you, you would have seen that you get up when early in the morning at the time when you have to go school. What you do? You brush your teeth, then you put on your dress, school dress, do the breakfast, and suddenly what happens? The van driver start blowing the horn from outside. That means you have to go to school. He came to collect you. So what will you do? You will lift your bag, you will carry it on your shoulders and you will come out of the house. So when you are going to be coming out of the house to go to school, you will open the door. When you reach to the van, then you will open the van door, or maybe some of your friends would have already opened it. So at the time when you enter into the van, you close the door and the van moves. Then when you reach to school and you have to get down, not only you, all the children who are going to be in the van, when they all have to get down, then definitely one of them has to open the door. When one of them will open the door, you all will come out from the van, you all will enter into the campus. So this is the thing which you all do at the time when you get up in the morning and just before reaching to the school campus. Let's take another example. If I say your mother started cooking the food, so before cooking the food she has to do some arrangements. What arrangements she will do? She will wash the vegetables and cereals, she will cut the vegetables, then she will start the burner, she will put the raw vegetables, cereals and everything in the cooker, she will start cooking it. And maybe sometime if she is cooking not in the pressure cooker or in other utensil, she has to do the stirring of the material that is going to be get home. One more example I should take. If your mother asks you to shift a table from one place to another, what you are going to do? It depends. Either you have to shift the table towards you or you have to make it away from you. So in the case, if you are going to take or bring the table towards you, you will pull it like this, and you have to, if you have to make it away from it, then you have to push like this. So in all, either you talk about the activity that you did in the morning at the time when you are getting ready for the school, you are brushing your teeth. That means a kind of the push has been over there and on your teeth. When you are lifting the bag in order to go to school, because Bhaiya ji was waiting over there, you are pulling something. What? Your bag. When you open the door of the van, then also you did something. What you did? You pulled it. You pulled the door. When you are getting down and reaching to the campus, you pulled it or pushed the door. So in all these situations, and when we talk about the cooking of the food of the by mother, you would have seen that when she cut the vegetables, she did some work with her hand, that the muscles, with her muscles. When she was stirring, then she did some work, a kind of something, action has been done by her muscles. So in all these things, some action which has been done is somehow related with the push or pull. So this push and pull is the only thing which is called as a force. That means in a simple way we can say push and pull is a force. I think you better understood that whenever you are pushing or pulling, then you are using the muscles of your body to do the work. So that push and pull is called the force. Now what force can do? Force can do so many things, and those things we can understand with the effects of the force. For example, I have taken 4 points over here. That is, force can change state of the body. State means here not solid liquid gas. State means here that if the body is at rest, it can be brought into motion, and if the body is in motion, it can be brought at rest. How do we come to know, sir, how the state changes? Think about it, that a ball is going to be lying on the ground. Definitely when you want to make the ball move, then you have to kick that ball. When you are kicking that ball, a kind of the push has been given, and right now I told you what is push. Push is a kind of the force only. So here what you did, when you kick the ball, then a push is there, a force has been made applicable, and what will happen, that the ball will be airing like this, like this, like this, and finally when it will reach on the ground, one more thing, when it will reach on the ground, it's not going to stop at once. It will be rolling like this, rolling like this, rolling like this, and finally when it will come to rest. So here what is happening, this kick, this push, this force is changing the state. That means initially the body was at rest and it brought the body in motion. So here what happened, that the body has changed its state by the application of force. And in the last we see that the body came to rest, means here somewhere over here, here somewhere over here, here somewhere over here, it was in motion, but at this position it came at rest. Now the thing comes in our mind, I do agree, sir, that here when the kick has been given, then force has been applied by someone. I agree. And due to which the change in the state has been taken place, that is from rest to motion. But here what do I observe? That the body came to rest from the motion. But we haven't applied any force. Yes, I agree. We haven't applied any force. But definitely there must be some force acting on it. What is that force? That we will understand. That is a frictional force. In detail we will study later on. So there is some force, although not applicable by someone, but it was applicable by land, by the earth surface. That was the frictional force. So here one of the forces making the body to come from rest to motion, but there is another force also which is bringing the body from motion to rest. Now rest to motion I understood. If I want to make you understand in a better way that motion to rest, then we can take an example, that at the time when the cricketer hit the ball, then the ball is going to be catched by someone. If the ball is catched by, a catch has been taken by some bowler. So at the time when he take a catch like this and the ball comes to rest, what is happening? The ball is changing its state from motion to rest. Why? Because this person, this bowler, is applying the force of his muscles to bring the ball at rest. So here again the force is responsible to bring the body from motion to rest. So in this way we can say that the force can change the state of the body, that is, it can bring the body from rest to motion and motion to rest. Both things can be done. Now we come to next thing, that is change the speed of the body. How come? We will understand. Suppose that you are going somewhere there with your father, and your father was driving the car and you are sitting next to him. So when you are sitting next to him and suddenly your eyes got on the area where there is a speedometer. You know the speedometer? Just you can see the area where the indication of the speed is going to be mentioned. Means a kind of the indicator, red color thread, red color pill like structure moves in a particular area, and with that we come to know that with what speed our vehicle is moving right now. So if you are sitting just next to your father and you saw outside in front that nowhere chaos is there, nowhere the huge traffic is there, and since you are in hurry to reach at your friend's place. So what will you say to your father? Why don't you run? Why don't you increase the speed? Why don't we go with a greater speed, with a more speed? So what will he do? What will he do? He will use his legs at the area that is called the accelerator portion. We have a three portion over there in the car: accelerator, clutch and the brake. So he will push or he will pull, or you can say he will apply the pressure on the accelerator area, and as soon as he apply the pressure on the accelerator area, as soon as apply the force on accelerator area, the speed will increase. So in this way what is happening? Force can increase the speed. Now let's see this, that now we were going with the speed of 70. Earlier we were having 40. Now when father has applied the force on the accelerator, the speed became 70 or 80, whatever it is. Very easily we were moving with the speed of 70-80. No traffic was there. But suddenly what happens? A cow came in front of our car. Or when I saw that the crowd of the cows are going to be coming near to our car, what the thing has to be done by your father? What do you think? What should he do? Yes, now he will replace his leg from accelerator to brake. Why will he apply the brake? He is applying the force because he has to slow down the speed of the vehicle. And as soon as he start applying the force on the brake area, the speed will start decreasing. Maybe it can happen that the body can come rest, but definitely it will happen that when he will apply the force on the brake, the speed of the vehicle will start decreasing. So two things were happening. Initially when you ask your father to speed up, then also the application of force was there, and when he himself saw that some animals are coming in front of the vehicle, he himself will apply the force on the brake, and in that case the speed will decrease. So here we observe that force is changing the speed. Now we come to next thing, that is change direction of motion. Now let us consider your home, your house is going to be somewhere in a colony, and when you are coming out of that colony on your vehicle, you're driving. So as soon as you come out of the colony and you saw now the roads are turning, the roads are on the two direction, either left or right. Depending upon, either you have to go left or right. If you have to go towards right, then you will put your steering like this, that is turning towards right. If you have to go towards left, then you will turn your vehicle like this, that is towards left. So in both the cases, what do you observe? That the force has been made applicable where? On the car steering. And if you have the motorcycle, then you will apply the force on the handle like this or like this, depending upon in which direction you have to go. So if you are going by car and you have to turn towards right, you will apply the force on the steering like this, that is towards right. And if you have to go left, then you have to apply the force like this, that is towards left. So in both the cases, what do we observe? That the direction has been changed only then when the force has been applied. Where? On steering. So what it tells, what it concludes, that force can change the direction of the motion. Now one more last thing we will understand in this video: change shape and size of the body. Let us take an example of a rubber band. Your rubber band is going to be small size of this one, and when you are going to be stretching it like this, then it becomes big to this extent or sometimes this extent, depending upon what size rubber band is. So when it was of this size, but on application of the force, you observe that it is going to be increasing its size. So here what is happening? Its size is increased. Why has it been increased? Due to application of force. What it tells? That when the force is applied, then the size has been increased. That means force can change the size of the body. We take an example of the shape. You know, whenever the chapatis has to be made, what your mother do? She take the dough in the round shape like this, a big shape, round shape like this. But later on, when she has to make the chapati, she will use a device which is called belin, and she will put it like this, like this, like this. And what will be your observation? What will be your observation? That the thick ball-like dough-like structure will start turning into the thin, regular, particular, circular, sheet-like structure. And finally chapati is made. Then she put it on heat to cook it. So in this way, initially that dough was in this shape, now it is in the thin shape, that is thin circular shape. So due to application of the force, the shape has been changed. So in this way, we can say that the force can change the shape and the size of the body. So these were all effects of the force. One thing more I would like to say, there is no compulsion that one effect will take place at one time. Multiple effect can also take place. If I talk about the hockey player, you would have seen that the hockey player is, while playing, he is putting it like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. So what is doing? He is increasing the and decreasing the speed of the ball, but sometime also he is also changing the direction so that he could reach to the area where he has to make goal. So two things are taking place. Two effects of the force are there. One, changing the direction as well as changing the speed. So these were the some effects of the force. That is, change the state of the body, that is bringing the body from rest to motion or from motion to rest, changing the speed of the body, that I have already explained, changing direction of the motion, how come I explained, changing the shape and size of the body. I think this much is going to be clear to you. Remaining type of the forces and many more things has to be done in the second video. Till then, goodbye.